All right, now that we have done the blog, this one's all about the emails. So this is, again, right where you begin on the home part of the Squarespace website. And you can see email campaigns right there. You go into there, and it takes you into this whole thing. It starts off with sent, drafts, and then scheduled. We have successfully scheduled these already, but I'm going to show you how to schedule them again so you can look back and see how it's done quickly. So here we go. So what we're going to do is we need to create two emails, the Saturday one and the Sunday one. We will start with the Saturday one. It is usually this one that's more colorful. You don't want to click preview because that's just going to take you to there. You can then, no, I don't think you can click anywhere. So you want to go back there. But you just want to click in the middle here. It kind of takes you to the analytics. You can see 92 people opened it this last week, which is 54% of total. You see how that you can see clicks. You can see how people clicked it and all that stuff. This again is preview over here. What we want to do is we want to copy this. See, we don't want to copy the link. We actually want to duplicate it, right? Reuse template. We hit that button. We do email campaign, and it brings us right into where we need to be going. And all we need to do is just start going down there. The way this works is that it is a block editor. Like the logo up here is its own block. This first bit of text is its own block. And if you notice in this line here is its own block. So if you notice there's little arrows here in the trash and this guy here. So if we wanted to duplicate this line, we could hit that and we duplicate the line. See that? Oh, that's cool. If we want to delete this line, we hit there and we delete that line right there. It's cool. But you can see how this works now. You see these arrows. That means this block gets moved up. So see how it did that? Yeah, cool. So we can move it back down. So you can do all these things. So we go to the block of the blogs, right? And right here at the top, we put the Sunday blog for the email. So you just click on here, and then you go over to the right, and this is your editing bit over here. So what you do is you hit Manage, and then Add Blog Post, and you can see that last Sunday is checked. We need to check Seeing Emmaus, because that's this week. We check it, we uncheck that one, and then we hit Select up here. And look at that. Now, we do have an issue. And this is something that has to be corrected on the actual blog, but we can correct it lightly now. See all this white space right here? That means there's spaces. Watch your spacing when you're putting these things in there. I know it's not obvious, but you need to watch it because we'll just tighten this up. So there were just two spaces underneath there in that blog, in the hero blog text over there. It says read more. That's just the standard text over here. I just selected all, and then I just call this Sunday! Exclamation point, right? Listen to Sunday music. I don't know if we're going to be using that. You can keep it on there if you want. But again, I stress, these are just two images here. See the two images over here to the right? Listen to an Adobe stock. Like that's all those are. They can be gotten rid of if you want to. Just hit Manage Images. So here we have attendance numbers. I am not going to put in correct attendance numbers, but basically what I do is I just cut that right there. Because that was Easter and is weird, I'm going to copy this line right here, move it down there, and then I believe it was the 11th, right? So we do 11. Bring this in to make it look nice. We'll say there was 35. I think there was like 81. In streaming, I think we had 42, and that makes, I don't know, 160, we'll say. Just like that. That's all you got to do. And then this week, we are shooting updates for the directory. We're not doing new member Sunday. Oh, can't do that. This gets a little weird sometimes, by the way. There we go. You can do like that. And photos of refugees. You said we should probably leave that one on there. That's good. And then we'll get rid of the shirts here. So we'll want to do that. So when you click on this is how you do the blogs. Let's say you have a lot of blogs that you want to advertise right here. You click that, and then you click Manage. Now there's only one blog in there, but let's say we wanted to add a bunch of blogs. So we add like the Bible study, photos from the baptism of Isaias. You click all those things. See all those blogs right there? And then you click back. And notice all the blogs are listed right here. See that? It's just one big block. That's all it is. It makes sense. But we're just going to leave the refugee photos in there right now. So And we don't need the website. We don't need the t-shirt, I mean. So we click that. We click that to get rid of that one over there. We have the questions of the week. And, you know how to edit this text stuff in here now. You just copy and paste the questions of the week or whatever Ed has in there going on now. So like that's, you just do it something like that. And I usually like to backspace when I'm editing things rather than enter, because enter puts in weird spacing. So Zoom links and Bible studies. What this probably won't have to change much, but it can just stay there. So Thursdays at 11 a.m. But we in person in Zoom. But we'll say I'm going to do Shift Enter. Oh, I'm going to do Shift Enter. And that's going to be canceled till July 10th. So like that's over there. We can write here, check out other Bible studies. Okay, so what you can do here, there's another blog entry. So like I didn't make the blog page today, but I'm going to add it on there. But let's say we don't need it. You can just hit delete and enter it. So worship assistance. I go to the bulletin. I scroll to the worship assistance area, which is at the bottom of the announcements, but I bring it to the top of the email. So I do this, and then what I do is I bring this up so it's like one line with the scriptures, and then I hit Shift Enter, and it does that, makes it nice and good. And then I bring that up. And then I bring that up just like that. And then I get this. And then I go into the more general. I copy from the bulletin all the way from the rest of the week, but I just get the dates, which is for this week, it's May 19th through 24th. And then I just select all of this in the old email till we get to the, come on. Act like you know what you're doing, Chris. There we go. And I get all of that, and I paste. And I look at this, I look for spacing things and all that. So there's some space here. We'll bring that up. You don't have to do a ton. Sometimes you got to fix these. But I usually get rid of one of these spaces. You don't need it there. Spacing is all over the board. You can do whatever you want on this. And then this stays the same. This stays the same. And you are good to go. And that's basically how you create an email. And so then what you do is, after you finish making it, you need to decide when and who to send it. So you hit up this email thing right up here, and you create a subject line for it. So this is Emmaus. So we can write something, seeing you this Sunday at Grace. This is the subject line. The email preview is basically this statement right over here. Because we duplicated it, you do unique recipients, and you can do sender. You don't need to do all that. Then you need to do the schedule. We always send it out Saturday at 7:30. So the 17th is Saturday. Oh, I'm not explaining what I'm clicking on. You got to hit the schedule or the immediately. You hit the 17th, and then you change it to 7:30 a.m. And then you click back over there. You have all the unique, and you schedule a campaign, and you are done with that one. Now let's do the Sunday one really quick. So what we're going to do as well with this one is we're going to look at last time we did a Sunday email, and we're going to click on it, and then we're going to click this button again over here to the right to duplicate. We duplicate email campaign. And the nice thing about doing this is that all you have to do is change a few things. So you just go to either a website, the YouTube page, something over here. I'm going to go to the Grace website really fast, and I know you can't see it, but I'm just going to copy and paste the title from the Sunday page on our website here, and I'm just going to put it right there. I don't know why it looks that deflected. Why does it look like trash? Let's see if we can't fix this. Medium heading, large heading. You see me working this out. I don't know why it looks bad like that. Do extra large heading. Why does it look bad? I don't know. Why does it look bad? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So what I would do, if you right click, you can do paste as plain text, and it'll change over like that. So then maybe bold. So all that, and then change the date. It's the 18th. This one, it's a blog for a Sunday. So you just go in here and add the blog like you did before. You switch these two around. Remember that? So you want Seeing Emmaus for this week, and there it is. Notice there's all this dead space again that needs to be corrected in the other thing, but just bring that up so it makes it nicer here. We also need to change this image. So you click on, now see, this one's all good to go. Everything, it's because it's linking a blog, it's already doing all the linking for us. Actually, what you can do maybe? No, you can't. Okay. So so you click this over here, and you need to replace it. Remember, we have it in our library already, so you just click on that. You go to the one with the play button on it, and you hit add, and it changes right over. And then you need to change this. So remember, like this week is a 3, so you switch it over to a 3. Remember, our joke we did 26, but we want to switch it over to a 3. Remember, we're changing that right there from clicking on this. Then we have this here. We get it from the bulletin again. Copy and paste. It's just the sermon description. That's all it is. We don't need any information about the t-shirts. If you would, let me show you how to add a blog page if you want to. You're like, oh, I really like to show a blog on this one for whatever reason. You then want to click this plus right here, and then you have, see all these, you got buttons, products, lines. You can add more text if you want to. Depends on what you want to do with it. But you got blog. You just click that, and then click what you want. Let's say we want to talk about Haiti, and you click that. And look, there it is. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Like just over there. If you want to change, if you want to get rid of that button, over here on the right you have elements. You click elements, and you can see it says read more link. You can just get rid of it, just like that. Like you can do whatever you want. You can have the author on there. Look, Trisha, you made that. So like that's just like that. So you need to change the bulletin link on here. And so how do you do this? Okay, so you come in here and you change the actual link right here to the right. I have it sitting inside of here. So there it is. And then you got to change this on here to the 18th. And then you have these questions again. We've been dealing with all these questions here. There's been, I mean, people are always just dealing with so many questions, like what am I supposed to do with my life, and all of that. And I just don't know. This shouldn't be here. You won't have to deal with that again. And there it is. It's all ready to go. So we come over to this side. We got to add a subject line. So we'll just get it off the top of here again. Reuse everything. Go back into the email. Boom. There. You got it there. And then see this right. Let's see. Gosh, it keeps moving it. See this email preview? I always get it from right here. The description for the sermon. I just grab this, copy, come back over to the email, and paste. And then we want to schedule it. We go down here to schedule, move it from immediately, put it on for the 18th at 7:30 a.m. and boom, you're done. So that's what you do. That's how you create the emails and the blogs.